of medium of film. Now entering its third year, the INPFF is a project implemented in partnership with the Ayala Foundation. Okay, so to start our program, we have the main advocate of the Istorya ng Pag asa project, our dear Vice President, Ms. Leni Robredo.
Magandang hapon. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and for being with us today on the occasion of the launch of the third Istorya ng Pag asa Film Festival. But just to give you the context, just to give you a history of how Istorya ng Pag asa became a project of the Office of the Vice President. This actually started when I was invited to an event called Araw ng Pag-asa, Araw ng Pagbasa in November 2016 at the Ayala Museum. I was actually one of those Istorya ng Pag-asa stories featured at the Ayala Museum. And when I went, I was with two other Istorya ng Pag-asa champs. One of them was Heidelin Diaz, and the other was a lady from Quezon City, a Turon vendor, by the name of Nanay Lorna. So nakilala ko ay when I went there, Heidelin Diaz told us the story of her life. And very inspiring yung kwento. Pinento niya how she was born to a very poor family in Mindanao. Pinento niya kung paano siya nag-ensayo noon na ang gamit niya lang yung mga lata ng gatas na meron semento sa loob. Pinento niya how she was able to be very good at her craft. At yun yung naging tungtungan niya for success. And yung kwento naman ni Nanay Lorna, napakahirap niya, naglalako ng turon, but siya, single mother, but she was able to send all her 4 children to school, all very successful. One was a law student, one was a nurse, one was a teacher. Yung youngest niya, intermed student sa PGH. Nung time na nakita kami, doktor na yata siya ngayon. So after nun, I went out of the event. I was very inspired, but I did nothing. Pero right after the event, siguro a few days after, I was invited to another event in Cagayan de Oro. Yung pangalan ng event in Cagayan de Oro was Let Us Change the Conversation. It was an event that was sponsored by young people, students of Xavier University. Pagpunta ko dun sa event, ang pinag-uusapan, how the young people wanted to put a stop to all the negativity already that is in our midst. Sabi niya, kaya tayo nagtitipon-tipon ngayon kasi we want to effect change already. We want to do something about it. So napaka-inspiring din nung event. Nakabit ko siya dito sa event na to. So ang sinasabi ko, buti pa tong mga bata nakaisip ng paraan kung paano baguhin yung nangyayari sa paligid. Tapos ako, biktima din ako ng mga fake news, ng lahat, pero wala akong ginagawa. So binalikan ko yung sponsors ng Araw ng Pagbasa at Araw ng Pag-asa. Pinakiusapan ko if we can adopt the Pag-asa part. So that was the birth of Istorya ng Pag-asa as a project of the Office of the Vice President. Yung umpisa niya, roving photo gallery. Talagang dinadala our first anniversary. Nag-start kasi kami November 27. So ngayon is the 3rd anniversary. Nag-start kami November 27 of 2016. As we were about to celebrate our first year, naisip namin to bring it a step further. Kasi after nung launch nung Istorya ng Pag-asa, we brought it all over the Philippines. Nagkaroon kami ng site sa Baguio. Naging partner namin doon yung University of the Cordilleras. Sa Quezon City, all the 6 districts of Quezon City. In Cavite, 3 districts I think in Cavite. Of course, in Bicol Region, meron kami Cam Norte, Cam Sur, Albay, Sorsogon, and Tabaco. Legazpi also. Tapos, in the Visayas, Palawan pa pala. Tapos Visayas, Capiz, Iloilo, Bacolod, Negros Occidental, Cebu City, Cebu Province, Negros Oriental, tapos sa Mindanao naman Cagayan de Oro. So yun yung buong taon, we were able to find local stories of hope. Mga local na istorya ng pag-asa. Nung mag-first year na siya, sabi namin, dapat, one step further, naisip namin yung film festival. So, during the first anniversary celebration, yung November 27, 2017, naisip namin to launch Istorya ng Pag-asa Film Festival, and we are very, very lucky. Now we have for our partner, Ayala Foundation. Andito sila, kaya maraming salamat sa Ayala Foundation. They agreed to be our partner, and godsend ng Ayala Foundation kasi we were able to do what we wanted to do with the film festival. So yung first film festival, we received 73 entries. And out of the 73 entries, dapat 10 lang na finalists yung pipiliin, pero hindi makapag-decide sa 10. So dinagdagan namin ng 15. And meron mga special awards. Ang best film doon, yung Ang Biyahe ni Marlon by Florence Rusini. Some of you might have watched it already. Marlon was an Uber driver. Siyempre ngayon wala nang Uber, kaya Grab driver na siya. Na meron siyang Tourette syndrome. Yung Tourette syndrome, naalala nyo? Yung Tourette syndrome, parang neurological disorder na meron siyang tics. Di ba? Yung parang magaling gano'n. Na ang mga pasahero niya natatakot sa kanya because they could not understand what Tourette syndrome was. So, ang ginawa ni Marlon, para hindi natatakot yung kanyang mga pasahero, naglagay siya ng parang karatula sa loob ng kanyang Uber. Ina-explain niya yung kanyang sakit, na wag kayo matatakot sa akin, ganito lang ako, kasi meron akong Tourette syndrome, pero hindi niya na-threaten yung safety ng pagmamaneho ko. One of his passengers, na-inspire na grabe kay Marlon. Ang ginawa nung kanyang passenger, naggawa ng Facebook post na nagpapasalamat siya kay Marlon, kinikwento niya yung kwento ni Marlon. And the Facebook post nag-viral na grabe. So, isa siya sa mga entries doon and nanalo siya. And pagkatapos nun, naging very powerful yung story ni Marlon. In fact, we brought Marlon to some parts of the Philippines to tell his story. So, ito, ang laking revelation sa amin ng film festival na yon. Kasi parang nakita namin na mas powerful pala yung film kaysa dun sa dati namin ginagawa ng roving photo gallery na siya. Kasi nung roving photo gallery lang siya, malapit siya sa traffic ng tao, pero parang tamad na yung mga tao magbasa. Tinitingnan nila yung mga pictures, pero nagsispeed read na lang sa mga stories. Pero pag film, iba. Kasi pag film, talagang inuulit-ulit pa nila. At maraming mga lugar na nagre-request sa amin na magpalabas dun sa mga lugar nila. In fact, that is one of our plans ngayon na idadala sa mga communities. Yung mga movies kasi maraming gustong dalhin doon sa kanila. So, from the success of the first film festival, nung second anniversary ng Istorya ng Pag-asa, we launched the second Istorya ng Pag-asa Film Festival. Nangyari ito noong June 8 of 2019. Ngayon na June. Ito kung very successful yung first, lalo na yung pangalawa. Kasi yung pangalawa, we received so many more entries. We had 98 entries. Inistriktuhan na namin yung 10 finalists. Tapos ang nag-best film naman doon ay Kadodoy. I don't know if any one of you was able to attend the second film festival. Pero ipapalabas pa natin yung napalabas na kanina. So yung Kadodoy, ito kasi hindi natatapos yung relationship namin sa pagpalabas ng film. Pero yung mga advocacies na from the films, nagiging advocacy na ng office namin. Halimbawa, if any one of you watched it, yung Kadodoy, protection ng environment Protection ng mangroves, pag-asikaso ng fish supply. At si Kadodoy nakasama namin sa maraming angat buhay sites ng opisina namin. Ang ginagawa ni Kadodoy, tinuturuan niya yung mga fisher folk na na-organize namin kung ano yung ginawa nila sa Kabasalan, Zamboanga, Sibugay para ma-replicate. Marami ding ibang mga champs na nakakasama namin sa mga biyaya. I don't know if Al is already here. Ayan na. Si Al Quizon, siya yung feature doon sa film na ang title obra. Ewan ko kung napanood nyo din. Painter siya from Zambales. Bataan pala. Painter siya from Bataan. Pero si Al, nakasama na namin sa ilang sites namin. Pagpunta namin sa Marawi, sinama namin si Al at tinuruan niya yung mga batang mga IDPs ng art doon. Tapos yung mga anak ng mga EJP victims, nagse-session din with Al. Naalala ko, Al, nung kasama ka namin sa Marawi, gabi kami lumipad, hindi ko alam first time pala ni Al sumakay sa eroplano. Medyo magalaw pa naman yung eroplano. Pero yun yung ginagawa namin na yung mga nafi-feature, nagiging bahagi na ng mga advocacies namin. Pagkatapos nung Kadodoy, maraming mga partnerships na napasok with some of either the filmmakers or the subjects na nagiging partner namin in some of our advocacies. I don't know if the RJ Baculo is here. RJ wala pa, ka-traffic yata eh. Si RJ Baculo is the filmmaker of the film Breaking Through the Darkness. It is about depression. And maraming mga entries during the last film festival that dealt with the issue of mental health and depression. And we started advocating for it already. So ngayon, may mga projects in the works to further the advocacy. Pero yun yung ginagawa. Yesterday, merong bagong branch, yung Istorya ng Pag asa, and some of them are here this afternoon. Yesterday, we launched the Istorya ng Pag asa coffee table book. Ang ano naman nito, ang sponsor nito is the Istorya ng Pag asa Camarines Sur Core Group, and they are here this afternoon. I-recognize ko lang sila. Bebon Perez, Tingning Belmonte, and Andy Belmonte. Tapos yung three of the very inspiring people that we featured in the coffee table book are also here. Jem Baldemoro, nasaan si Jem? RP Patriarca, si RP, saka si Grant Ganapan O'Neill. They are three of the stories we featured dun sa coffee table book. Very, very inspiring. So this afternoon, as we celebrate our third Istorya ng Pag asa anniversary, we're also launching the third Istorya ng Pag asa Film Festival. So, ito, anong kaibahan nitong film festival na to from the earlier film festivals? Mas malalaki yung prizes ngayon. Hindi ko alam kung may slide tayo of the prizes, wala yata. Meron. Ay, ito pala. Ngayon, yung best film will already receive 100,000 pesos. Tapos yung first runner-up will receive 50,000 pesos. Tapos yung second runner-up will receive 30,000 pesos. Aside from the three major awards, they're also giving special awards for the best film, best director, best cinematography, best editing. Tapos yung People's Choice Award, we launched this for the first time during the second film festival. Eto, bumuboto yung tao online habang nandun na. Hindi pala online, sa manual pala. Manual pala. And then Ayala Foundation gave a Community Development Award. Tapos yung Office of the Vice President naman gave a Special Recognition Award. And we will be giving those special awards still for the third Istorya ng Pag asa Film Festival. Ano yung mechanics? The deadline for the submission is March 27 of 2020. Grabe, ang bilis ng panahon, no? 2020 na. 2020, 3 to 5 minute video of any of the inspiring stories that you come across with. Pero dito, kailangan Pilipino na either nakatira dito sa Pilipinas or nakatira sa ibang bansa. Pero Pilipino. Ano ba yung ibang requirements? Yan lang naman, diba? Sa 3 to 5 minutes, using anong medium? Wala. Kahit phone video, pwede. Pero kami, from the first film festival to the second, we were really amazed about the quality of the films that were being submitted. Yung Katotoy, yung nanalo, ang daming sumasali ng mga filmmakers na. Pero yung best film last year was yung filmmaker, yung principal filmmaker was an employee of the municipal government. Na most of the time, cellphone lang yung ginamit niya. At wala siyang formal training. Pero siya yung nag-best film. So everyone, this is open to everyone, students, non-professional filmmakers alike. Last year, our board of judges were si Cor Henares, Shamaine Centenera, Ray Camino, Dan Villegas, makakalimutan ko pa dito na Dan Villegas of Star Cinema, Liza Dino, who is the chairman of the Film Academy of the Philippines, Professor Doy Del Mundo, who is a seasoned filmmaker. Ayun. Hopefully this year sila ulit, we already sent invitations and most of them confirmed na. Pero this is really an activity that we hope will unite not just the filmmakers and the subjects, but all the Filipinos alike. Kasi yung inspiring stories naman, hindi siya political. Yung inspiring stories, kahit anong side of the political fence, kahit mayaman o mahirap, parating it warms the heart. So we hope this will contribute to erasing the negativity, unify the Filipinos, and yun. Ayan, may call for entries na. So, reminder lang ulit, the deadline is March 27 of 2010. 2020 pala, 2020. Ayun, parang dumating na si RJ. Dumating na ba si RJ? RJ Baculo, palakpakan lang po natin si RJ. RJ is the filmmaker of Breaking Through the Darkness. So maraming salamat. Na traffic yata si RJ. Pero maraming salamat RJ. I think you will be joining me during the, kayong dalawa ni Al, will be joining me during the Q&A. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much, VP Leni. As VP Leni said, may we now call on... Oh, okay. So... Okay. So we have a call for entry video. So call for entry video pa lang po yan, pero parang pang-award na. Ayun. So may we call on Mr. Alexander Quizon to join us in front together with Mr. RJ Baculod for our panelists here in front. Okay, so Mr. Alexander Quizon is a visual artist and an art educator from Bataan. In fact, his background is he's an electrical engineer and computer programmer. He's a member of the Art Association of the Philippines and the Bataan Art Society. RJ, on the other hand, is a director, filmmaker, and a multimedia designer. He's a graduate of Swinburne University, National School of Design in Australia, and of course, UST, University of Santo Tomas. He graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy. So we'll start with Al. Can you share something about the film you did and your experience after you won?
Gandang hapon po sa lahat. Pagkatapos po nung Istorya ng Pag-asa, malaki na bago sa buhay ko. Una, siguro, sa sarili ko. Nakita ko na mahalaga pala yung nangyari sa buhay ko na maibahagi ko sa ibang tao. Then, nagtuloy-tuloy yung advocacy ko. Lalo akong ginanahan na bahagi yung kalaman ko na natutunan ko sa sine kay Fernando Sena. Ayun, parang gusto ko pala nung ituloy-tuloy at saka tumulong sa mga taong naging biktima ng bisyo. Actually, nung pagkatapos po nun, napunta ako sa isang rehab sa Bataan. At sabi ko, ito yung pangarap ko. Kasi sa statistic po nila noong 2004, nasa rehab ako, out of 100 na pasyente, 1% lang yung nagiging sober o yung gumagaling talaga. So, sabi ko ako yun. Para bang, nung mangyari sa buhay ko, para bang meron na naman akong panibagong dapat obligasyon sa kapwa ko na patunayan ko na kaya magbago. Kaya magbago ng tao. Ang importante lang siguro hanapin natin kung ano yung plano ng Diyos sa buhay natin. Magkaroon tayo ng advocacy. At mula doon, tutok natin sa isip at puso natin doon para maiwasan natin yung masamang bisyo. Thank you.
Bigyan mo lang siguro ng context yung kay Al dahil hindi napanood yung film niya ng iba. Dun sa film, pinapakita na si Al became a victim of illegal drugs. Naging drug dependent siya for some time. 22 years pa lang, a long time. naging drug addict siya. Nalulong sa bisyo, nasira yung buhay. Pero nakabalik siya. So si Al is one of the people who inspired us to make a special, parang Istorya ng Pag-asa special edition dun sa mga dating drug dependents na naging mabuti. We're launching a special edition soon na ang i-feature yung lahat ng mga kwento ng mga dating nalulung sa bisyo na naging okay na yung buhay nila.
RJ, would you like to share your experience during the course when you are making the film and after you won?
Good evening po sa lahat. Our short film was Breaking Through the Darkness. It was about a young man struggling with depression and even attempting suicide at least twice. And he found a way to deal with it in an unconventional way through hip-hop music and breakdancing. And he found a further purpose and outlet to teach the children, the kids in his community in Melbourne, Australia, to deal with their struggles, their difficulties. So he was dealing with different children, some with also with mental conditions as well, like ADHD, and he was able to help a lot of people. But more importantly, he was able to help himself through doing this, doing his art, through the breakdancing. As we were doing this film, I guess everything comes. It seems like an accident, you know. Things like fall into place. But as Sir Alex said, like maybe we are really guided by a higher force, by God. That I was able to find my subject, si Anthony Lamorak Lawang. He was actually a childhood friend in Melbourne when I was still growing up there. And I had encountered him by chance at my brother's birthday. And it was just in time when I heard the announcement for the INPFF 2019 last year. And so, you know, the timing was right. I was looking for a story of hope, and then seeing an old friend. And then I asked him, you know, oh, is it okay if we make like a short documentary about you, especially about helping the youth, the children with the breakdancing. And so when we shot the film, the documentary, I had no idea he was actually suffering pala internally with his own darkness, with depression and suicide. And so that came out of the story without intending it, and it became even more, I guess, hopeful, the story, because of that. This personal story that he was able to struggle through his darkness and find hope and light through breakdancing. And so we saw the effect, not just on him. After we had finished the movie, and then the IMPFF organizers uploaded the video on YouTube and Facebook, we had so many people sharing the story, all different kinds of people. So there's, of course, the community of those in the arts, artists and dancers, in the music, in even the hip-hop communities, and those who are in the mental health advocacy. So they were able to share our video and share Anthony's story. And we saw a lot of feedback, a lot of people coming to us and sharing their stories coming out. So I think it's really important, especially for a young man in our time, to be able to be brave, to talk about their own weakness, their own struggles. Because maybe we're living in a time where it's all about being macho, being strong, and you have to hide any kind of weakness. And we need to see a new kind of refreshing message that no, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be broken. It's okay to be hurt. And that you can actually find strength in that weakness. And so, hearing other people's stories, how they resonated with it, especially young men, it was very affirming, and it made us only go more forward in our mission and advocacy for mental health awareness in this country. And so, after the film, we continued making short films on mental health, and even short graphic novels, comics, because I'm also an artist and a writer, comic book creator. So it didn't stop after this film. We tried our best to spread more of this light and this hope, especially on this mental health issue in this country.
Okay. VP Leni, I just want to ask though, what are the topics that usually win? Is there a specific topic that usually win in the contest? Because I saw...
Wala. Actually, parang walang pattern.
Walang pattern.
Kasi, alimbawa yung first run, yung nag-best film nga was about Marlon. Pero there were many other topics na those who watch, ang parang lumalabas na favorite doon yung did not make it to the top 3, yung Alcansya. Yung Alcansya was the story of John, 11-year-old boy from Tondo na nagda-dive sa murky water of the Manila Bay para kumuha ng mga coins. Kasi yun yung nanay niya kasi iniwan siya sa lola. At ang pag hinahanap niya yung nanay niya, sinasabi ng lola, umuwi sa probinsya, walang pumasahe pabalik. So before he goes to school, kumuha siya nagda-dive siya. Pag nakakakuha siya ng 5 pesos, yung 3 pesos ilalagay niya sa alkansya. At 2 pesos ibabaon niya. So that was one of the favorites during the first Film Festival. Tapos, iba-iba yung kwento. Yung second film festival, mas varied. Ay, gaya niya, si Kadodoy was the story of a fisherfolk community who decided to empower themselves and decided to save their village. Yung Breaking Through the Darkness was about depression. There were a few, 2 or 3 films about depression. Yung si Al, I think, was the only artist who was featured. One of the awardees was about yung Gitratista, if you saw it. Isa yun sa mga favorites, was the story of a 70-year-old, more than 70-year-old lady na litratista siya sa mga public schools in Manila. So ano talaga? Iba-iba. Pero the good thing about it is, other than the fact that the stories inspire, kasi dalawa yung audience namin eh. Yung isang klase, yung mga kababayan natin na dumadaan through the same kind of difficulties. Na we hope to give them hope na ito ang mga taong fini-feature namin kahit nagdaan din sa grabeng kadiliman, we're able to survive. Yun yung first group. Ang second group naman for the more privileged Filipinos na ang hope namin pag napanood nila, magpapasalamat sila sa blessings nila. And sasabihin sa sarili nila, wala kaming karapatan magreklamo. Kasi eto nga, sila nga na grabe yung pinagdadaanan na survive nila, ano pa kaya kami? So yun yung audience. Pero may mga surprises din. Halimbawa, nakita, one of the clips that was shown kanina was the clip of a film called The Climbing Puppeteer. It's about a call center agent who treks the mountains during his day offs. Pero pagtatrek niya, na-find out niya, may mga villages sa taas ng mountain, sobrang hihirap. Tapos hindi nag-aaral yung mga bata. And because of him, we trekked to barangay Makantog in Sitio Makantog in Barangay Tandang Putyo in Tanay. It's a more than 1 hour trek up the mountains. Pinuntahan namin with One Meralco Foundation. Kasi walang kuryente sa taas. Walang kuryente sa taas. May nag-iisang elementary school na 1 classroom, 1 teacher, kinder to grade 5. Isang klase lang. So, ang laking bagay na nakuryentehan na sila. Ano to, solar? Yung lahat na bahay doon, nilagyan ng parang solar kits na meron na silang ilaw paggabi. I was talking to the teacher. Yung Teacher Brian. Yung Teacher Brian, hindi siya taga doon, taga Binangonan siya, pero doon na siya natutulog sa classroom kasi ang layo niya nga. Pero kwento niya, dahil walang kuryente, 6 o'clock in the evening tulog na siya. Tapos parang 12 hours siya every night natutulog. Kasi wala namang gagawin. Tapos sabi niya yung first night, kasi pumunta kami, naka 1 night nang may kuryente. Yung first night, one of the things that One Meralco Foundation gave was also a TV set and a computer set for the school. So sabi niya, yung mga bata, nanonood na nung mga educational materials. Yung matandang nakausap namin, for the first time, nakapakinig daw siya ng radyo. The night before kami pumunta. So alam niyo yun, na parang yung mga taken for granted natin dito, sobrang manna from heaven for them. And were it not for the film, hindi sana namin makikilala yung community yun. So, may mga surprises na ganon, na you discover people, you discover communities na nangangailangan pala ng tulong, and we are able to help through our partners.
Okay. We're opening the floor for your questions. Please give questions that are related to the topic today.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I have 2 questions. Actually, I'm TV Basin from South Star and Pinoy Vlog Buddies. Wala po ba kayong balak na full-length film talaga itong yung mga isi-showcase sa Istorya ng Pag asa? At ang pangalawa kong question ay, itutuloy niyo pa rin ba itong Istorya ng Pag asa kahit hindi na kayo Vice President? Thank you.
Yung unang tanong, wala pa. Wala pang bala kasi this is only going to be the third year. Ang parang tinitingnan pa lang namin ngayon how to expand. Pag how to expand, how to make known the project to more filmmakers. Para mas maaya yung mga filmmakers to join because we were so happy that the majority of those who joined were students. Communication students, film students, so napakalaking bagay. And to encourage more filmmakers to make films about certain advocacies. Para ito na yung pang-push sa advocacies. And yung balak nga ngayon to make special editions. Yung unang special edition, we have been planning this for more than a year already. Yung drug dependence na naging okay. Tapos yung mental health. Yun yung dalawang special edition na pinaplana namin. In Naga, merong isang special edition na ginawa na for the coffee table book. We also have a project called Camp Pag-ibig. Ano to? Kaya siya Pag-ibig kasi ginagawa siya every Valentine's Day. Pero this is a camp for differently abled children. Dun sa coffee table book, may chapter siya for the inspiring stories of the Camp Pag-ibig participants. Pero to make it a full-length film, wala pa. Kasi it entails so much eh. Parang it will be very prohibitive. Kasi di ba napakamahal, RJ, ng pag-produce ng film. So baka hindi siya accessible to all. Ang gusto sana namin, mas maraming mag-join kasi it gives a variety of topics sa advocacies. Yun yung first. Yung second, kung i-continue pa ba, sana. And one of the reasons why may pag-asa na mag-continue because of our partnership with Ayala Foundation. Kasi sila hindi naman political. So sana, even if I'm not Vice President anymore, advocate na lang ako, sana yung project tuloy-tuloy pa din.
Okay. Sir Mello.
Thank you, Chairman. Your Excellency, Melo Acuña from Asia Pacific Daily. Why come up with special editions for drug dependence who have reformed? And why focus on mental health? And another is, will you also top Filipinos overseas who have overcome the headwinds, so to speak, and made their family lives complete? Don't you think it will also be a good story? Thank you.
Yung first, it was pure coincidence that one of the, andito sila, pero it was pure coincidence that one of those featured during the launch in Naga was a man called Ray Nobleza. Si Ray Nobleza, very inspiring yung story kasi talagang ano siya, good as dead. Good as dead in the sense na grabe yung kanyang pagka-drug dependent. Ang sabi niya, nasa kalye na lang siya, naghihintay na lang siya mamatay. Pero he was able to overcome everything because of the help of Good Samaritans. And then, yung turnaround niya, he started a school. He started a school and a rehabilitation center in Cebu. And now, he runs one of the most successful rehabilitation programs, community-based rehabilitation programs in Consolacion, Cebu. It was because of him that we thought of starting a special edition. It was actually Ray who suggested to us last year pa. Pero ang daming logistical problems eh. And parang nagka-take shape lang siya nung na-appoint ako. Yung aking short-lived whirlwind romance with this advocacy. Pero we plan to continue with the advocacy. Tingin kasi namin napakalaking plus na yung mga taong dumadaan sa kadiliman ma-inspire ng mga successful stories of people who have also went through the same difficulties. So we think it will be very important kasi pag may mga films na about this, we can show this in rehabilitation centers. We can show this during community rehab programs because marami sa mga tao dito kailangan kailangan ma-inspire na kung nakaya nga nila, bakit hindi namin nakakaya. May kwento ni Al. Yung mental health naman, parang we felt like we should do something about what's happening. Kasi starting last year, parang our eyes were suddenly open to the fact that yung reality talaga, mental health is a problem. And meron kasi siyang certain stigma attached to the topic which should not be the case. So gusto namin siyang hindi ko alam kung ang term doon i-popularize, pero gusto namin gumawa ng something na ma-remove yung stigma. Na maaya yung mga taong dumadaan sa parehong difficulties na it is okay to seek help, it is okay to talk about it, na it is not something na we should be ashamed of. So yun yung gusto namin ma-achieve, lalo na after the second film festival, because there were a number of films that dealt with mental health. So sana magawa na namin yun soon. Yung tinatanong mo, Melo, about outstanding Filipinos na nakatira sa abroad, in fact, we're doing it already. Pero hindi pa siya film, kundi mga interviews. Every time I get invited to speak somewhere else, ang una namin hinahanap yung mga Filipinos na may success stories. Yung pinakahuli namin, I was in Sydney, Australia for several events. May na-interview kami Filipina na abused here. She was a lawyer here. She was abused. And then, para lang makataka sa abuse, binitbit na yung anak niya. Pumunta siya sa Australia, walang dala. She started all over again. When I went to Berlin, ganun din. May na-meet kami ng isang Filipina. I interviewed also for my radio program. Ang radio program ko kasi meron kami 15 minutes na Istorya ng Pag asa segment. Tapos, yung sa Berlin, meron na siyang pag-aari ngayon na restaurant. She was able to go there because she was a nanny to the children of a German citizen. Tapos eventually, inasawa siya ng German. Pero, byuda na siya ngayon. She was able to put up a very successful restaurant in Berlin. So yung mga ganon, in Vancouver, we were able to interview. In London, we were able to interview several. Si Grant is from Naga, but he lives in London. He lives in London, and when we went to London, we interviewed Grant. Si Grant, beautician, hairstylist, and makeup artist in Naga. Pero habang nagiging stylist, habang nagtatrabaho siya as stylist, nag-aral siya ng nursing in the evening. So naging nurse siya, that was his passport to London. Pagpunta na doon, nag-start siya talaga sa wala. Pero dahil masipag, dahil mahusay, nag-aaral siya ang dami niya ng further study sa makeup. And then meron pa siyang kawang-gawa. Ang kawang-gawa niya, pumupunta siya sa mga home for the aged. At yung mga matatanda doon, pinapaganda niya. He goes there on a very regular basis. So na-interview namin siya. In Hong Kong, we had a full-blown Istorya ng Pag-asa photo gallery. And yung ganito na event, marami tayong mga success stories of Filipinos in Hong Kong. Sa New York also, we were able to interview a few. And we plan to do this every time there is a chance for us to go somewhere. So talagang parati na siyang kabahagi na talagang may one day kami sinaset aside to interview. Nag-groundwork na kami, nagpapatulong kami sa embassy, nagpapatulong kami sa mga kakilala to look for these inspiring stories. Hopefully, may magawa din na film about them. Paminsan kasi may mga magagandang stories, pero hindi lang nakakasali sa finalists kasi hindi masyado, parang hindi siya, it didn't make the cut. Pero, talaga, parang yung wealth ng stories of hope sa atin, mga istorya ng pag-asa, sobrang dami. Sobrang dami, kaya sana mas marami ding opportunities para mapaalam sa iba yung kwento nila.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? My dear, please state your name and your publication.
Seymour Sanchez, contributor, Business Mirror. Yung problem lang dun sa story ng Pag-asa is, I am addressing the question to Al, to RJ, and later on to VP Leni. The situation right now is very polarizing, and what if you come up with an entry for story ng Pag-asa and your friends would label you? Yes, and I heard of the story of White Helmet Rescuers, na finalists sila last year. The case studies, they don't want to be involved in the story ng Pag-asa because they're connected with a government agency and they're in Mindanao and they're afraid that they would, parang yung funds nila ay ma-withdraw. Thank you.
Ako na muna siguro, before them. Hindi ko pa yung natatanong kay RJ kung na-brand na ba siyang dilawan or was it ever, or it ever became a problem. Pero yung white helmet, parang finally na settle din. In fact, I was able to visit them when I went to Marawi. Nawala na yung problema. Pero tama ka, na yung reality talaga meron ganong fear. Yung reality because of the very polarized political situation. Parating may fear na pag masyadong ma-attach sa akin, ma-brand sa akin yung pagsalin nila, baka maapektuhan sila. Yung sa white helmet rescue team, actually hindi naman yung white helmet mismo yung may nag-alala, pero yung one of the sponsors na tumutulong sa kanila, pero eventually nawala din, no? Parang when they realized that this is a very non-political program, parang they were okay about it already. I guess yung fear lang nila, baka masyadong i-politicize ng opisina namin. Pero I think when they attended the event, nakita nila na walang pinag-uusapan na politika dito and they were okay about it already. Ewan ko si Al, kasi parati ko siyang, ilang beses ko na siya nakasama, ewan ko kung natak na siyang dilawan.
Ano ba yun? Parang hindi naman, sir. Kasi sa amin, alam niyo naman yung lugar na Bataan po, wala naman silang sinasabi sa akin. Saka ako naman sa sarili ko, hindi ako sa politika eh. Para ako sa yung puso ko para makatulong talaga sa kapwa. Thank you.
And I think that's the beauty of films, short films, and it's different from like facts or journalism because this is stories, it's narratives, it's nakapunta sa tao, it's focused on the person and their emotion, and you can't fake news someone's story because it's coming from their heart. You see it in their eyes, you see it in their life, especially a documentary kasi hindi acting, hindi stage. The camera follows them in their life. So you see what's real. Yeah, we don't take editing on our behalf as a director, as a filmmaker, but only to make it more impactful, especially the emotion. So if you ask me, it's apolitical because it's a person's story and it comes from a genuine place. So that's the beauty that this initiative, it's using short films and narratives to push these voices out, especially in mga advocacy. So. For me personally, it wasn't a problem. I didn't encounter I was spared from that. So, yes.
Okay. Sir.
Hi, good evening. Francia from manotolef.com. VP Leni, tanong ko po, for the entries or the past entries na napasa na, was there an initiative na ipasa din siya for, let's say, international film festivals para ma-recognize din naman yung mga filmmakers na baka yun nga makakakuha din sila ng mga awards internationally?
Parang si RJ, meron ka bang yung film mo? Are you submitting it? Kami kasi wala kaming prohibition. Wala kaming prohibition. Ang prohibition yata namin, dapat original yung sa atin, di ba? Pero after the festival, they can show it anywhere and they can enter into any of the parang award-giving bodies. Si RJ yata, are you entering into another?
Yes, I think just recently, this week actually, our film was also a finalist for the GIF national short film competition sponsored by I think Globe Studios in Opo. So this weekend I think is the awarding of the results. But also when we spoke with our film mentors in the industry, we were able to speak to some filmmakers and producers from international, especially from the Asia markets. We met with some Japanese festival directors, and they were open arms, like, oh please share these stories. And so with this film festival, yeah, there's no restriction like some other film festival where it has to be exclusive to this. They own the rights. Walang ganon. It's really free for all, for more people to see. And yes, we're free also to enter in other competitions, international and locally.
Okay, any more questions from the media? Sir Ed?
Hello, good evening po, Madam Vice President. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Ed Usman. I was with Manila before. Now I'm a freelance journalist with the Science of Digital. Ma'am, I think there will be some problems convincing people to tell their stories, being shy, afraid, uncertain. So how were you able to convince these people, ordinary people like us, to tell their story, their lives, and perhaps make some inspiration to the others?
Actually po, we give credit to the filmmakers. Kasi talagang yung filmmakers bore the burden of convincing their subjects to make public their lives. So kami nakikita po talaga namin yung mga subjects during the awards night itself. Yun yung first time na nakikita namin yung subjects. What we do is, the entries are submitted to us online. We do a series of yung trimming down of the entries until we get the finalists. Pero ini-inform namin sila online also. So nakikita talaga namin sila during the day of the awarding itself. Nagkakaroon kami ng maraming engagements with them after the awarding already. So talagang yung lahat pong pagod. Yung lahat na pagod sa pagkukumbinsi sa filmmakers na to be lalo na yung mental health. Diba? Meron po kasi mga films na halos yung subject lang yung nagsasalita talking about the struggles. So, ang laking courage nun Ang laking courage to tell the world about their struggles. So, credit should go to the filmmakers.
Follow-up. So, you said it's all about the filmmakers, so I would like to ask Mr. RJ, how did he do it? And then also, what convinced Ayala Foundation to get into the act? Would like to hear about it. Thank you.
Well, kami as filmmakers, we're just the messengers. So we have to earn the trust of our subjects. That we're not going to distort their message. We're not going to politicize it. We're not going to turn it into our own thing. But really, we're just a messenger to bring their message to the people who need to hear it, especially those who are ignorant, those who are in the dark, those who don't know about this issue or that issue. And so, I mean, it's a lot of work for us as the filmmaker to earn that trust. Not everybody can just do that and open up and then you stick a camera in front of them and they'll just say their life story. No, it's very difficult. Kaya it begins with the connection muna. Before the cameras are turned on, before there's any record button, it's one-on-one, talking to a person and heart-to-heart. And then parang from that unang heart-to-heart, parang we're extending that heart-to-heart na, okay, i-heart-to-heart mo na yung buong world through the lens. Tingin kayo doon and don't be afraid because kailangan din ng mundo, kailangan din ng bansa natin to hear your stories. So I think another part is to encourage them that your story needs to be heard. Sayang, if you're just in silence, you're suffering in silence and no one hears about this. Sayang yung mga ibang tao who are also suffering in silence and they think they're alone in their struggles. And so helping them encourage, speak up, to use their voice so that others too can also have that courage and also hopefully after this as well, I'll be more courageous to tell their stories. Not just in front of a camera, but to more people through social media, through whatever mediums or platforms. So, yeah.
Okay. Regarding the last question of Sir Ed,
I think we believe so much in the concept also. Ang istorya ng pag-asa, hindi naman monopolya yan ng anybody, Filipino man or anyone outside the Philippines. And it's a political. Sabi nga ni VP Leni, walang halong politika to. I think this is really a project that's worth supporting, not just by Ayala, but anyone else who wants to support it. I think Ma'am Leni is open, and you're welcome to also show support.
Actually, dagdag ko lang, sir, when we do the provincial tours, kami lang yung nag-umpisa, pero our local partners are really the ones who stage the exhibit. So, halimbawa, yung University of Baguio, may mga local officials ng Baguio who took the lead, pero maraming mga private citizens. Yung mga nandito ngayon from Camarines Sur, they are private individuals who believe in the project. Tapos very active na sila, very active, actively promoting it. And all the other places we went to, paminsan school, yung halimbawa Ateneo de Manila has their own version of Istorya ng Pag-asa. FEU also, ang FEU meron din. Halimbawa, in Iloilo, the ones who started it was Assumption Iloilo. In Bacolod, Lasal Bacolod. So, meron mga schools, meron mga private organizations. So, I think it's universal naman kasi yung theme eh. Tapos, from start to finish, kahit kami lang nag-uusap, wala kami politika pinag-usapan. So, I think, yun naman siguro yung buy-in ng mga partners namin.
Isang follow-up na lang.
yes, sir.
Thank you po. The price, 100,000 pesos, 50,000, 30,000. Where does it go? To the filmmaker or the subject? I would like to